Okay, y'all, I am going to preface this with a lot of things, including the fact that I had to run in last night to the town over for another calcium infusion, so I need to take it easy. I hate it because I really want to get back to the full fit bongs, but I was advised last night by the ER doctor to just take it easy, get my labs on Wednesday, follow up with the primary care physician, depending on what the labs say, and get the clearance to push the exercise. And I think if I had just did the bike ride and without the arm rates, I wouldn't have overdid it. I also did my chores and stuff because I can't let my house fall apart. And this isn't to make excuses. It's just frustrating that I really want to get back to my daily routine and my body's just not where it needs to be yet. And then I've watched this heifer. And I'm going to let you know, Chantal. I know you watch my videos. You're annoying. You really are. You make veiled comments trying to copy me, and you just can't. You just can't. You cannot match my energy. Until you start actually taking your health seriously, you will never match my energy. One of the things they told me after the recent hospitalization was, even though I was doing good with the diet, I have to change certain things up again. I have to have protein snacks, which means non-sugar, but protein snacks. I have to incorporate eggs in some way because they said the eggs will help out with a lot of my absorption issues too. But you have to be smart about it. And there was nothing about covering shit in cheese, but I'll get to it soon. Piggy did a great edit of one of her lives. It's not one of the latest ones. It's not that. I don't think it's that burger with an insane amount of cheese and mustard and shit. You are a mess though, and I'm feel like calling you out since I can't really do much else today. And you're lucky. My family has been on me to get better. So while I'm recuperating, I will pick and choose. And there were so many editors that had your number, but I decided on Piggy because they make me laugh. And I really look forward to their videos. So we're going to get this fired off because his intro is long enough. But seriously, y'all, she irks me. And honestly, the Kuwait arc is boring. So I don't know how many of these I'll be doing in a week. I think it might go to once or twice a week, depending on how ridiculous she is. Because honestly, I've got way more things to do in my day than to freaking call this heifer out. But she's lucky. I'm sick in bed, on bed rest. So you get my attention today. Feel blessed, Chantal. You should.
Hi.
Yep, definitely subscribe to
So,
Piggy.
I'm going to have lunch with you
Okay.
guys and talk about my most.
I'm already pausing because you have diabetes, ma'am. Your doctor said one piece of that bread toasted was good enough a day. You decided I'm going to do things my way. And as somebody who loves green peppers, it was one of the first produce that I was able to self grow when I lived in North Carolina, and one of the produce that I plan to grow up here now that we have the farmland. It irks me seeing that much green pepper on a plate for no reason but to try to show off healthy. And she didn't even finish that. Unlike her other more unhealthier mukbangs that I could have reacted to, but I didn't want to listen to her eat because her eating just grates on my nerves. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard. There was absolutely no freaking way she didn't waste a lot of those green peppers, and there's no reason for it. If she had decided to seriously take this serious, she could have sauteed the green peppers, did a little stir fry with them. There are ways that green peppers really bring out a dish, but she just chopped them very chunk like on a plate. Probably didn't even properly wash them with this tuna slop that she's calling a sandwich. And I don't know, y'all. She just irks my soul.
Recent weigh-in, which I will show you. Don't worry. So for lunch, I'm having a tuna sandwich. I put like a always put a whole can of tuna. I eat a whole can.
Yeah, we know you'll eat a whole can of food. You're not saying anything that would get Pikachu shock face out of any of us. Every time we see you, you're eating a whole this or that. And you know what? Maybe less of what you eat and more that moving videos that you did, even though those were kind of embarrassing too. And I might go back and react to her fitness eventually, but honestly, she just tires me out. And keeping my levels up is way more important than letting this heifer energy vampire suck all my energy out.
And a green pepper cut up. I'm starting to really like them because I have so many to go through.
Because you overbuy. One of the things that I realized from that grocery haul, which is another thing I really should react to, but I was already yelling in the hospital bed when I seen all the salt that you bought. Ma'am, I brine meats and I've never gone through that much salt. I buy in bulk because I like to have it in the seasoning cabinet for when I need it. But the whole point is to not need it all the time, to store it properly. Certain things like salt, sugar, and flour can last for years, if not forever, if you keep it in a proper container. So it drives me nuts to watch how much food she and allegedly her scat man go in through for weeks time, 2 weeks time at that. She tried to say a month, but I don't think so, heifer. You buy like you have a teenager and kids to feed when it's only supposed to be two people and two pets that aren't even entitled to that food. I don't get it and I don't want to get it. 10 pounds of cheese? Never. I have never. And my kid loves cheese. I like the occasional cheddar slices. My man eats provolone. I've never bought 10 pounds of cheese in my life. And I buy fresh mozzarella when I can. I'm trying to learn how to make it myself because I like homemade pizzas every once in a while. The difference is it's every once in a while, unlike you who binge eat constantly. This is
I want to show you
crazy.
my weigh-in here.
I don't believe this way in either. First of all, I will not stop saying it. You need a bariatric scale. How do I know? I got on a bariatric scale at the hospital. I'm not going to tell you heifers my weigh in. I know I'm lighter than her because I actually lost significant amount of weight, the 15 pounds that you seen in my fit bound, you copycat bitch, because I was sick. Because I could not hold down food because of a lot of health issues. You walked in the airport when you couldn't get a trolley and you walked like 10 minutes in each of those weird fitness videos and you want us to believe that you really dropped as much weight as I did from being sick. Okay, heifer. Whatever.
Beauty Bite, you need to eat your veggies, guys.
But you ain't got to tell me or anybody else that. And we don't believe that you eat your veggies because there are better things that could have went with that tuna fish sandwich. I saw them carrots. You could have chopped. Oh, I forgot you don't have cookware. So maybe you couldn't chop up those carrots properly and have some raw carrots with your sandwich. So of course you chunk sliced green peppers instead, and I don't know. I guess.
Mmm. Tuna. Mm. I gave you some. She's trying to get more tuna.
You know what? I don't understand this at all. If you had gotten your cat spayed and properly gave her attention, she wouldn't be doing that. Callie never begs us for food. In fact, the cute thing that she likes to do is whenever she sees me prepping food or getting ready to feed the boys, she will go eat. If we're sitting at the dinner table eating, she will go eat like she's one of us. Because all pets tend to imprint and try to copy their family. So the fact that your cat is begging you for food and you're telling her no because you gave her tuna already is sus. And honestly, stop taking feral cats into your house. You do not know how to raise them properly. You are not a good pet parent. Fail yet again.
No. I shared some with you. I made my whole sandwich and
Disappointing.
realized I didn't save her any before mixing the sauce.
Yeah, because you're selfish. You're selfish and you're greedy and you're just annoying and you're full of carbs and lies and just ridiculousness. How do you make something that you know the cat would be whole ass interested in and decide, well, I forgot, so I had to open up another tin? We know you ate both those tins. We know you Kirby Hoover all the stuff, including those chocolates that you said were for Salah because he needs them choco chocos for his business. Whatever, liar.
So I opened up another can of tuna,
Yeah,
gave her some, put that in the fridge.
liar who
Now,
calls it
I mixed my tuna with a
liabilities.
bit of like mayo, yellow mustard, dill, pepper, onion, garlic powder, and hot sauce.
As somebody who can't eat tuna because of my allergies, I have an iodine allergy, seafood, shellfish, and most fish are taken out because of the risk. I can't relate. I substitute a lot of stuff with chicken, turkey, a lot of dishes that my family makes with seafood. We found ways to cook without that because of my allergies. So I'm not envious of people who can eat tuna fish. I just don't understand the point of tuna fish when so many people just cover it in slop and over season it. You know, I don't think I'm missing much.
Mm. So, I'm extremely elated to share with you that my weigh-in was 150.
She's extremely elated that the scale that she more than likely fucked up a while ago told her that she lost water weight and that she's happy to not do much more than that. She went from, I'm going to get a maid, to I'll do it myself, but I'll complain about it. And it's like, heifer, stop. I don't understand why you need all of this stuff when it's just daily life for most of us. Like, I don't know. She exhausts me though.
59.5 kgs. My
I don't
my
believe
weigh-in
you.
at the doctor was 166.6.
Yeah, the same way in at that MLM center, because I'm not calling it a doctor's office. I don't care. On a non-bariatric scale, pulling some fuck shit with that bookcase and maybe Salah. So nah, fuck off with your. I was only 366 in that picture. Because no, our eyes, like we have seen when you stepped on that scale in Canada and you were allegedly 353 pounds, you were significantly, and I mean significantly smaller in your upper body and your lower body then. So I don't know who you're trying to play, but you're not going to play in my face, heifer. I got eyeballs. You're definitely over 400 pounds. Fuck off with anything else.
The last time I weighed in on camera, last week, I was 161 point something.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm 159.5.
I hate that I'm still at the size where the
So I
point
started being
system
really
matters
serious
too, but it is what it is.
about, or consistent, not serious. Being consistent.
The only thing you're consistent in is lying. The only thing you've ever been consistent in, besides chasing men who don't want you, seeking internet validation, then saying you don't want people in your business, it's fucking crazy, is giving up anytime you take your alleged health seriously. And ma'am, you're a diabetic doing everything to literally be bedbound. So I don't want to hear about consistency from you because it's not believable.
With the way I've been eating and what I've been doing, which I'll get to in
Yeah,
a sec,
exactly.
documenting in a journal too.
And that's another thing. I've said it in people's comments, especially like, oh Lordy, it's Jordy. And I think I even made a comment in Piggy's comment section. Who the fuck has time to document stuff like this? 20 years ago, when my family was really on me about weight and stuff, I decided to try to be cutesy when I really didn't want to lose the weight and do these food journals because it was like, see, I'm showing effort. I write down what I eat in the day. And that's when the line, bitch, we know you eat, stop eating and get to walking, was thrown at me. And that's why I say that to you, foodie. It really opened my eyes that if you have time to document shit like this, you could be doing activities instead. And yet, 2 eggs. Oh, God, I don't even want to read all that. All of that is probably no good for what you've got, and you're overdoing it. But it is what it is. You ain't hurting me, you're hurting you.
What I'm eating, and it's been kind of helping. I get to plan my meals. I would say just the video right before the shrimp platter was when I was starting.
That shrimp platter exhausted me. I did not even want to react to it because the sound of her eating, the fact that Julia was hovering while she threw shrimp tails down on, which I highly hope was the bag so that your cat didn't choke on one of those things. It was too much food. And the rice was bad for you. The constant little sauce packets of, I think it was tzatziki sauce all over the rice. It was just a fucking mess. And I just do not understand. And then you followed up with a 4 a.m. fruit and salad binge, which I just, I feel like you're mocking those of us who take this seriously, and it ain't my life being thrown away on this. It's yours, and you need to get your shit together, stupid.
Starting to be more consistent and
It's been
binge
two
free
days.
completely.
It's been 2 days!
So I think that was about
She keeps saying the word consistent, which pisses me off because I said you need a daily routine and you need to stick to it. The whole consistency is no. You need to start and keep to something. 6 months of actual active routine stuff could change your life, but you don't want that. And I'm tired of you acting like you're really taking this seriously. I get that it's January and it's the big ha-ha for people that we'll go on a New Year's fitness routine and then we'll quit because it's I forget what they call those shits. And for those of us who really changed up, it is exhausting watching people play around with this because we know the dangers of playing around with this. Even when you're doing the right thing, your health can tank after 40. So you have to take shit seriously. I don't get you.
around the time. So it's been about a week or a little, just over a little bit of a week.
That zoom in. Oh my gosh.
I've
Ugh.
been journaling what I'm eating. I plan my day, what I'm going to eat. I
Even
don't
if it doesn't last a week, the whole journaling what she eats while shoveling copious amounts of food in her face is not going to help her. And I wish she would understand that, but it's like talking to a toddler. They'll nod at you, they'll smile, and then they go back to doing what the fuck they want because it's their world. We just got to live in it. Toddler Chantal is never going to change.
I don't count calories.
Or if you are a fatso, like I don't need you to like talk about anything regarding
Like part was funny, but I need people to understand something. It isn't just about calorie counting that is important because you really shouldn't be ingesting over the daily recommended amount of calories. It does come down to being smarter with what you put in you and not taking time to journalize overeating. The problem is overeating, Chantel, and you just refuse to accept that and get help for what you need. You need mental health, and you refuse to get that. And until you're ready to take that step, there is nothing any of us can say.
calories or weight loss. The only way to lose weight is if for a is to have a calorie deficit. I don't need to hear anything from you. Shut.
Mm.
Not really. The only calories I've counted were for those chicken strips, which I've been eating.
Which you lied. You said that you bought those for your man bot, and now all of a sudden you're telling us a truth. Man, get all the way the fuck out of here with your bullshit.
Almost every day. I know I said they were for Salah, but I've discovered that
We know you're a liar who lies with liabetes, and when you came back, he decided I'm gonna peace out. The man comes to hold and film you at embarrassing angles so that he can justify when he kicks you to the curb for somebody with more clout. But the whole idea that that food was for two people, we don't believe you. You can't resist eating stuff. And one of the things you learn after years of training your brain and living with others is that not all food has to be consumed by you. It is not a binky, and the temporary dopamine hit isn't worth the damage you put on your body. Another thing is, you said you were down 15 pounds, but none of your clothes are fitting loosely. The dress that I'm currently in, my favorite house dress, is fitting loosely, Chantel. I hate to break it to you, but 15-pound loss, you see a drop in your clothing size. I was able to get into a tank top for that thick bun that I hadn't been able to wear in 3 years. So, yeah, you're playing in our face with your lies, and none of us believe you.
that I can still eat them in moderation and still lose weight. I've been eating like 3 meals and a snack. And usually the snack is like
The snack is probably that fucking chocolate bars. I get the 3 meals. As a bariatric patient, I was told 3 meals a day. The meals should not be over 20 minutes in length eaten because you'll end up overindulging or, putting on pounds you don't need. It's a high protein and veggie diet that I was on to start. And even then, I tapered off a lot of things as it trying to regulate myself. And now, after this latest hospitalization, they do want me to have more protein based snacks and incorporate more proteins into the diet in a healthy way. So it does help when you have a dietitian, nutritionist, and specialist working with you, because I literally have absorption issues. You don't have those issues. You have a whole series of your own issues, including stuff that will spike your blood sugar. You cannot play around with this, heifer. And I wish you would take this seriously, but I'm just here to watch the inevitable. And I don't care if I'm called mean for saying it. I'm just blunt and honest. If she's not going to take this seriously, why the fuck should I give her any kindness or empathy?
Like fruit, nuts, and dates. I love raw cashews with dates.
Not good for you.
A huge salad with some cheese. So I eat like a pretty big breakfast, which this is what I had for breakfast today.
That is why I wanted to see this video. The only thing on this plate that I would even fuck with, except for because they look nasty, are the cherry tomatoes. But this is supposed to be breakfast. We got canned beans, which have sugar and sodium. And they are, I haven't had them since I was a kid. They're kind of gross to me, so yeah. These fried chicken strips, which she says she air fried, but they're still not good.
Just like
cheese, bread, and french fries. What am I doing with my... Why am I watching this bitch? Why? She ain't doing anything seriously. This is her breakfast. This isn't like an English breakfast, Chantal, where I know you were stalking FFG's chat and we were talking about English breakfast. Well, some people were. I don't have an opinion on it because I'm still not good with breakfast. I try to eat some oatmeal, and that's about it for me. But this shit,
a mixed plate of things. I love just having a variety of things in every meal to keep myself very...
To show yourself a binge. This is not good. This ain't it, heifer. This ain't it.
Satiated. Usually my lunch is a little bit later because I have such a big breakfast. But
I'm here in the Tune the Mad world in my brain again.
I find that meals that have a bit of everything, vegetable, good carbs, protein, and fats, which I guess would be the mayo in this case. But I could have added a bit of cheese on the side or something like that.
No, you shouldn't. Stop with the cheese. I like cheese. Not as much as you do, because it's like an obsession for you. But you gotta limit yourself, honey. You had cheese on the plate for breakfast. I ain't never eaten cheese for breakfast. That is insane to me. I don't understand this check at all. Gross.
I don't have a very strict regime.
No shit.
No fucking shit.
I'm
exactly.
just trying to not binge eat, and I find that I don't get the...
I guarantee you, if Salah set up a hidden camera, especially in the places he knows she likes to go, the kitchen, the living room, and just did a 24-hour cycle, Miss I don't binge eat would get busted so many times. Anytime this bitch says something, think the opposite of what she said, because she's a liar who lies with liabetes. We're all clear on that, right? You don't need me to keep saying it, though I may have to repeat it because she constantly lies. Every other sentence out her mouth is a fucking lie.
Cravings as much to binge eat. Yesterday was pretty bad. It comes...
So she says she doesn't binge eat, but yesterday was pretty bad, and it comes and goes. And when I first heard it, my brain kept singing Karma Chameleon, she comes and goes, because that's how her lies go. She swears that she's convincing somebody that she's on the right path after 2 days, but she just said yesterday was a rough day. So, heifer, what is it, honey? Is it that you are on this health path? Or is it like we've been saying, you're full of shit and this is just for views and to troll us heifers who really are doing the thing? Because you ain't hurting me, honestly. I just don't get this.
And goes. But if I keep myself satiated, that's like the big word that is most important. You have to eat well-rounded.
The big word that's most important it's not a big word, it's a 4-letter word. Less. You need to eat less. Stop saying satiated, because a lot of your satiation is a mental imbalance. You need to binge because the binge is the only satisfaction you're getting right now. And until you fix that aspect of your life, you're going to keep trying to be satiated with way too much food. That's just mama wisdom, stupid.
Meals, and you have to be sure you're eating enough. And
You eat too much. Get the fuck out of here with that. I'm talking about you need to make sure you're eating enough. Fuck you, Chantal. Fuck you. Fuck you. And I'm tired of playing around with this. I don't need dietary expert advice from somebody who is literally lying about their weight. You're talking about eating enough. You eat too much. Too much.
few hours in order to keep the binge urges away. I've been going out.
You need a therapist to keep the binge urges away, and I'm not going to stop saying that shit either, because I get mental health help, stupid. You need actual therapy to work on whatever deep-rooted problem you have that makes you think that this copious amount of food is okay. And until you get that help, you're going to keep doing this shit. And then you're going to be like, well, I'm allowed to change my mind, guys. It's my life. Yeah, it is. Your life to lose.
For the past few days anyway. And walking a couple of hours every day.
Nope. No. You paused in that one video that you were trying to show off that you were going for fitness after 5 minutes and you were panting and wheezing. The mall video that you did that you're so proud of that I didn't even watch yet because I just don't have the energy for it. I heard it was 2 hours and it was mostly you sitting and talking, which doesn't surprise me. I am tired of watching you struggle. I would like to see some striving, but I don't think it's going to happen. So once again, I'm just here to see what happens to you, because some folks are in Team Cockroach energy, which I keep reminding people cockroaches are not invincible. And some of us are just thinking, what's going to happen first? Are you going to fall apart first? Like those of us who are actually doing the right thing? Or are you going to fucking we just don't hear from you no more, and then your man bot comes on and is like, I'm sorry to bring this tribute to you. Whatever.
Walking around, and I don't notice that I'm really doing it as much because...
That's a lie right there. The way you panted and wheezed and complained about your sciatica after barely walking in an airport, you're now trying to convince us only a week later that you could walk for 2 hours in the mall, which that's another lie, and you don't feel it. I don't know what I'm supposed to say at this point, because this level of fuckery, my brain just can't process it. It's just like, nope, 404 error.
I've been going places where you have to walk a lot, but at the same time you're doing something entertaining, like going to a mall. So it's really just about going back to basics.
Ma'am, the mall hasn't been entertaining for me in over, I'd say, 30 years. To be fair, because I will be 47 in a few months. I don't really enjoy the mall unless I have something I particularly want to buy. I love the Barnes & Noble in the mall in Midland from time to time because it's nice and it's big and it's pretty. But I don't particularly enjoy the mall unless I really want to go into a certain store and buy something, whether it's something gamey for the boys or a book for me. I'm just not a mall person. That was a great thing in like the 90s when I was a kid or a young adult and had money. But as an older adult, there are way better things to do with my time than hang around a mall, and way better physical activity for me than mall walking. This isn't to knock you mall walkers. I know there are a lot of people my age that do it now because the malls here are a lot emptier and it's easier to get around them. I just rather walk on my land instead. I just don't see the point in going into a place that has shops and not shopping. That's just how my brain's wired.
You know, like, I had a craving the other night for, like, chocolate chip cookies really bad.
No shit. I get my period, so I can understand a chocolate craving here or there. I keep dark chocolate squares from Ghirardelli just in case. And then I have a milk chocolate one if I'm really good that week. They're little squares. I don't go overboard. And I bake cookies for the boys. They freaking go nuts on them, but I don't have to. The fact that you give in to cravings is another reason you need therapy. Because you have to learn how to live around food instead of living to inhale food. Dum dum.
That. So I had 2 with some tea, and that was enough, you know?
Don't believe you. Double that number, if not triple. She
So
looks
I'm
like
gonna weigh
she's
myself
suffering to
every
eat
Monday.
that.
But I'm also looking at non-scale victories because weight.
And this was the... My brain just record skip. What the fuck's a non-scale victory? Are you stupid or something? You're covered from head to toe. You still look like a linebacker, and I know a lot of it is Piggy's stretched out editing, but it's not really that different. She's shown you, y'all. The problem I have with people saying things like non-scale victories is the victory is your constant living, your better internal. I said that on the bike. You're not always going to see it on the outside, but sometimes you do. I know that the 15-pound weight loss is in my face. You can see my neck clearly. I still don't have my talismans on, but I'm going to wait until after the labs on Wednesday just in case they say my levels are low again. I don't want to do anything that makes me have to take them back off, so it fucking sucks, but it is what it is. I want to still be here, so I'm doing everything I can. But when this heifer says non-scale victories, like what, Chantal? You're still diabetic. Your blood glucose is still going crazy. You're still binge eating, and you're still big looking. Whether you want to accept that or not, until you accept that your body is not where you want it to be and come correct and honest, you're never going to change. I look at myself each day. I noticed in the full-length mirror today that everything I'm wearing is looser, and I don't say it to brag because I didn't want to lose the weight that way. I want to have healthy, sustained weight loss, and I want to get to my goal and maintain that. That is all I've ever wanted to do. And it drives me nuts when I see somebody who's literally making a mockery of real life struggles for some of us. You're a fucking mess.
Can fluctuate for many reasons. You could have inflammation.
Your shit fluctuates because you overeat. And you use way too much sodium, which causes inflammation. You literally have diabetes and you sneak things like sugar in your... probably putting sugar in your tea, but those cookies and stuff. I know you watch my Fitbong and you talking like you're experiencing the stuff I just did, and I wouldn't wish this on anybody. You don't understand what it's like to have your levels tank, even though you're trying your best to do everything right. And I wouldn't even wish that on you, and I hate you.
In your body at the time, like the blue top I wore in my video, like...
Oh my God, whatever. And before people get on me, I'd rather be honest about my dislike of this person than to try to sugarcoat. And that's another thing. Quick story sidebar, because this bitch is boring. Yeah, I've seen all the reactor drama and infighting and stuff. And it's like I said in my show, and I mean it, at 46 years old, I don't let anybody tell me who I can kick it with. But I have been very vocal in my support of FFG, my support of Yaba and the Digital Underground, and that includes Sam. All the people that I find interesting and are fun to watch, even if they're doing their daily stuff and they decide to record it, it's way more interesting than this sad Scatman Kuwaiti poop arc, or Poo-Wait as we were calling it. I feel like there is a lot of people who get jealous of other people's success. You mine other people's coins. You want to destroy people. And the whole point of the commentary community is commentary. It isn't supposed to be a battle zone. But if you bitches want to battle each other. I don't give a fuck. I am never going to be that deep with none of y'all. I don't know any of y'all that personal, and I really just don't want to be pulled into unnecessary bullshit. And honestly, in defense of FFG, after the last few months, leave her the fuck alone. Just because you're not where she is doing what she does doesn't mean you need to give her ire. And I'm a upfront bitch. I don't like side talkers, as I call you. The people that like to act like you're all in for the community and supportive while you steal smaller content creators' vernacular and content and don't think we don't notice when you do that. And then you go around talking shit about people. I don't give a fuck if you talk shit about me. I'm like I said, my ego isn't based on what people think about me as a sociopath, so go off heifers. But it does piss me off when you try to act like you're down with those of us and then you sit around and say it to our faces. At least come the fuck correct. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of people in this community. And if I do, I make it known. If I'm in your chat and I am talking to you, even if I'm new to your channel, I make it known because I want to show support. But if I don't fuck with you, I just don't fuck with you because I don't need frauds in my life. I watch enough of a fraud. She gets on my nerves so badly. Filtered face.
Like, yesterday felt a lot more large. But
That before and after, when she first got that top to that mall thing, you feel large because you are large. And when you really start to look at your body and you start to go, okay, this is where I want to target, this is what I want to do, it helps. But we know you're not in this seriously, Heifer. You're just not.
wait, I forgot to say in my vlog about the mall. If you haven't watched that video,
I won't. I can't.
If you
It's
haven't watched
probably
that
going to
video,
sap
check
my
it out.
energy.
I do,
Unless
like,
I'm
2
in
hours
somebody
of
else's
walking at,
channel.
like, a beautiful mall. And it's pretty interesting if you're interested
Doubt
in
it.
seeing what kind of malls they have here in the Middle East and Kuwait.
I don't give a fuck
the
about
week-
malls. It's like I said, anybody over 40, unless we're there to shop for something specifically, malls is just not my jam. There are better box stores out there. Ordering online for a lot of us who are in, climate conditions where we're up to our assholes in snow right now. Who the fuck got time to go to a freaking mall? Get over yourself, you weirdo.
Weekends here in Kuwait are considered to be Friday and Saturday. So Sunday is considered a weekday. So when we went to the mall, it was on Sunday yesterday, but it was technically a weekday. It was a weekday.
Riveting
So it wasn't
content.
busy. I purposely try to avoid crowds. They make me
They make you nervous and insecure because of your size. And yeah, granted, when most people see you, they're gonna stare. It is what it is. You have got to get in the mindset that your health is more important than your embarrassment, but we know you don't care. It's all about the superficial.
anxious, with my anxiety. And
Undiagnosed,
I like
and I'm calling you out yet again on your mental health. Until you are diagnosed by a doctor and get treatment, I don't give a fuck about your alleged anxiety. It's all in your head, zombie.
when you're filming, especially, it's good to have nobody around because you can feel more free.
You should not be a vlogger at all. Feel more free. Go to places that aren't full of people like a mall, allegedly. I just get so annoyed by this chick because she's so full of crap and carbs and sugars.
Bread is soft.
Let's see. Eat more of the veggies, stupid.
I don't have chips, but if I did, I would have a small handful.
Sure, Jan.
Sure, Jan, and you don't need chips, honey. Like, I love a good chip and sandwich combo every once in a while. I don't do it a lot because I can't really eat a lot of it. So it really isn't worth the effort. But to lie and say, I just have a handful. Ma'am, your hands are big. Your handfuls would be too much chips. I love that. Sure, Jan. No, I say that a lot. I grew up on the
Eat
Brady
sandwich,
Bunch.
no problem. If you eat the entire bag, that's when it's a problem. Honestly,
And exactly, Piggy. The fact that you say that when you know that's what you do. Look, Chantal, using my wrist right now. I had a 15-pound weight loss just recently, and I probably dropped a little bit more weight because my levels still aren't where they need to be. Food just doesn't interest me, and I ate today, y'all. Don't worry. I've taken my medications too. But if you can't do this, and this isn't with the nail, this is finger to finger grabbing my wrist. Fuck off with your weight loss, you liar.
moderation is the key to everything in life.
Shut the up or get out of here.
Exactly.
Or temperance is what they like, the official word for it. I have attempted things many times, but I honestly feel the most optimistic this time because
your man literally fat shamed you while clout chasing another TikTok famous girl who pretty much outed that he has a scat fetish, great fantasies. We're never gonna forget this. Salah, we know you're dirty, dude, and we know that you're gonna do this heifer dirty. But it's allegedly motivating her to lose weight. But you know, like we know, that's not gonna happen. This whole arc is just so fucking sad.
my stamina get to a new level and the consistent.
And this is how I know she was watching my videos. And what she doesn't understand is building stamina takes actual work. I heard her allegedly saying that she built muscle underneath her fat, and I'm just like, the jokes really write themselves, but they're not worth it because I don't like punching down on somebody who's literally struggling with their weight most of the time. But she's such a crappy person who's trying to convince herself and the world that she's salvageable. And to me, she's just a big old bag of trash. And last night I watched her in a classic react, literally dumpster dive for trash. And I'm just like, yeah, Trash Panda is her spirit animal. And before people try to get at me, I'm literally indigenous, so fuck off.
Consistency motivates me every day. So, yeah. Anyways, guys,
Motivates
so that's
her.
that. I'm going to weigh in every.
That's that. Thank you, Piggy, for this amazing edit. Like I said to so many of you young ones, your edits make her content watchable. And I can turn 6 minutes of a Chantal edit into more watchable content because people love the Calling Out the Heifer series. I like to say thank you to all the new subs, all the people who comment and like. Y'all do me such justice for my nonsense because I'm literally laying in the bed. I am a very unserious person, and since I'm on bed rest, I really should be doing the resting part, but I want to write, I want to create, I want to use my energy in positive ways, and for me it's a positive calling out her fuck shit. And once again, Chantal, if you really did seriously have weight loss, good on you, girl, but I don't believe you because I've got eyeballs in my head like everybody else. And as somebody who can visibly, you could see the weight loss. It's not to brag because it's not in a way that I want it to, but I'm going to keep the shit off because I plan on following up with what my doctors suggest. We're two different worlds, honey. You can keep watching, seething, and trying to copy me, but you're going to fail because you don't listen to your doctors. And that was your first hugest mistake. But I'm going to wrap this up, y'all. Thank you all so much for the well wishes. As you can see, I am getting back to good, but it is a slow baby step process, and I intend to take this seriously. So it is what it is. I'll see y'all next time.